Hi everyone, me again in sunny Smyrna, Georgia, coming to you today due to a challenge or an invitation perhaps from Smyrna Cowboy to participate in the 3x3 challenge. Now, as I understand this, the object is to share with you, the viewer, 3 things that you may not know about me, something that I may not have revealed in previous videos. So let's get started. Number 1, what you might not know about me was that when I was a teenager, 12, 13 years old, I grew to the loftiest height I would ever grow. I reached 6'2"3/4 of an inch as measured by my doctor. I also weighed at the time 95 pounds. Now, that's not a lot. That's really not a lot. I remember what a big day it was when I finally hit 100 pounds. I was so happy. I was interested in sports then. That was back when we had junior high schools, which was 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. And so I went out for basketball and baseball, things like that. But my basketball coach said, you really need to put on some weight. You're going to get killed out there. And so my mother cooperated, and she started, of course, she'd always fed me. She'd always given me good meals. I had a great appetite. I used to eat like a pig. And but she bought me this stuff called Nutriment, which was, I think it was 2,000 calories, maybe 3,000 calories in a can. And I was drinking 3 of those plus eating meals and snacks. Did that for a period of 6 months. I didn't gain any weight. So I went through my junior high school years basically as a beanpole, and that was actually my nickname. If I'd had an afro, I would have been a toilet brush. That'll give you an idea of what I looked like. So anyway, 15, 16 years later, when I got married, I was up to 180 pounds. And I promptly put on 50 pounds over the next 5 years. And just recently I've gotten it back down to 185, and I feel a whole lot better now. So, well, we're going to number 2. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, I was a competitive pistol shooter. I belonged to a club called the Sandley Sharpshooters out of Sanford, North Carolina. And my friend Jack and I would go out and we would shoot in competition. Now, it's amateur competition. It was under IMSA. And we would shoot at metallic silhouettes. And we would shoot at ranges from 25 meters all the way up to 200 meters. You'd shoot with 22s, you'd shoot from 25 meters to 100 meters. And you would shoot from a standing position and a prone position. With the big bore, which could be anything you wanted, people were shooting 7mm. I was shooting 44 Magnum a lot. You would shoot from 50 meters up to 200 meters, and you would again do that standing, and you would do that in a prone position. It was a lot of fun. I was not really all that great at it, and I got kind of a hint later maybe why I never really got that good. It had to do with my vision. I was slowly, my distance vision was slowly starting to fade out, and I was getting having trouble focusing, keeping my front sight and my target and everything lined up. But I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of different pistols I shot. One of my buddies in the club made my friend Jack and I a custom gun. He took a XP100, which is basically a bolt-action rifle in pistol form, and rechambered it for a large caliber 358 Winchester, and we just decimated those 70-pound steel targets at 200 meters. We could knock them off the rail and make them tumble, and nobody else could do that. But again, like I said, I wasn't all that great. I guess I was in the 80 percentile of the shooters that were there. I never made it to the final round, but I really did have a lot of fun doing it, and it made me a much better shooter. All right, well, that's 2. Okay, the last thing, and this is going to be the weirdest one for you, and it's mentioning this because my wife mentioned it, and it had not occurred to me to even say anything about it. I don't have any eyebrows. That's right. I don't have any eyebrows, at least none to speak of. Most people, if you probably have an eyebrow that's above the bony eye socket and going up your forehead, maybe a 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch, maybe up your forehead. I don't have any hair there. I don't have any eyebrows there. What I have is about 7 or 8 little hairs on each eye socket right underneath that bony ridge that's really, you know, down where my eye is. They're useless for keeping stuff off of me, and stuff falls in my eyes all the time, and you know, they're supposed to catch stuff. But on the plus side, they haven't turned gray, so you know, I still look a little younger. But and I can't look surprised for some reason. You know, I don't have eyebrows I can go, you know, up with. But how about that? No eyebrows. I had no idea until she mentioned it to me. I mean, I've known all my life I didn't really have any, but I never paid any attention to it. And nobody seems to notice because nobody ever says anything about it. And she's the only one that has, that I can remember ever saying anything about that I didn't have any eyebrows. So, oh well, that's my 3 things. I don't think you knew any of those. As part of this challenge, you're supposed to recommend 3 friends to do it. I will pick Freedom Rider, newly relocated to Florida. I'd also like to pick my adopted son, Hepcat Harley. And surprise, surprise, if she'll do it, she said she would, my lovely wife would like to do her first vlog and comment on the 3x3 challenge. So, everybody get out and have a good time. I've enjoyed this, and if you get a chance, enjoy this beautiful weather. Goodbye.